Now, the offices of Daily Star in Bangladesh were attacked, putting journalists under threat. Now, the tensions remains high in Bangladesh with security beefed up, reportedly sparked with the alleged anti-Islam article. Media houses nationwide are on high alert, raising concerns over press freedom. Reporting from Dhaka, my colleague Pallavi Ghosh brings us this ground report.
The Daily Star, the charred remains of what is over here, is a reminder, and a grim one at that how Bangladesh, as it gets ready for an election, still has to encounter with a radical elements across the country. The Daily Star is continuing to make its production, which continues to show the spirit of the people here. But it was at the dead of the night when a large crowd emerged. There were around 30 people who were working on that shift on the rooftop. And believe it or not, they were stuck on this rooftop for hours because either they were not getting any help or they were too scared to come down. Daily Star has begun to print out their papers, but it was also seen as a certain article which was believed to be against what was considered, according to the Jamaats and the radicals over here, as anti-Islam. Now, Daily Star is continuing to make its production, as we are just pointing out. But as we travel across Dhaka and the country is getting ready for elections, it's also at a time when the BNP is emerging as the main contender. Khalida Zia, of course, is no more, but her son Tariq Rahman is now ready to take the reins over. But the fact that the NCP, which is the students' wing, which was spearheaded that so-called revolution which unseated Sheikh Hasina, has tied up with the Jamaat, is a reminder of the grim fact that even if a semblance of democracy comes over here, as people of Bangladesh would want to think so, but it's these radicals who are continuing to hold sway over the politics and ideology of the country of Bangladesh. And this is best epitomized when we see the kind of attacks on the minorities, not one but 3 Hindus who have been attacked. The Christians, missionaries have also been attacked. And the Daily Star's production is an attempt, a struggling attempt, many would say, to try and ensure that the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech continues over here as far as Dhaka is concerned. There's a huge crowd behind me that you can see the janaza or the funeral rites of the first woman Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Begum Khalida Zia. Her death also comes at a very critical time when the country is facing elections. But this is also a time with many dignitaries across the world, including from India. The External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is being present. There's a strong message which India wants to send out. Prime Minister of India was one of the first ones to offer his condolence, putting up a picture of his earlier meeting with Khalida Zia. S. Jaishankar's presence is an acknowledgement of the changing political dynamics in the country and also a hope that things would change on the ground. We also know that there have been several reports of minorities, particularly the Hindus, of having been attacked. The Yunus administration has tried to push out the narrative that this has not been a case of systematic targeting on the minorities, and also that India is peddling a wrong narrative. However, the events on the ground paint a completely different picture. When the country heads for elections, the BNP emerges as the frontrunner. Awami League obviously is nowhere. The hatred towards Sheikh Hasina is palpable on the ground. And also the brutal murder of Hadi, a youth icon, is also going to play a very critical role even as his killers have escaped from the country. Hadi plus NCP, which is the student wing of that organization which spearheaded the student uprising almost a year back in Bangladesh, plus of course the Jamaat. These are all important factors which are going to play an important role as far as the battle for democracy in Bangladesh is concerned.